Hey guys, Claire here from the social media concierge. Greetings, greetings. Working from home in my kitchen, as you can see in the background. So, Paul very kindly asked me to come along and do a little presentation on Facebook ads and lead generation. So, a little bit about me first. Not bore you with too many details. So, I run a business called the Social Media Concierge based up in Newcastle. Well, before Corona, I was based in the NatWest incubator program. Obviously, everyone's working from home at the moment. So I run a small agency which specializes in Facebook ads, sales funnels, and email marketing. Okay, core of my business is Facebook advertising for lead generation. I work with a lot of gym chains, personal trainers, fitness people. This is purely because I've got a background in fitness. I used to be a personal trainer before I broke my leg. Do also work with small e-commerce startups as well. So that's a little bit about me, what my business does. So I would say 99% of my business is lead generation campaigns on Facebook ads. Okay, so I've come along today to have a little chat with you about the sort of tactics and systems you need to put in place before you start to run lead generation campaigns on Facebook. Okay, so gone are the days where you could just go out and say, hello, I've got a business, give me your phone number and your email address, please. Thank you very much. Ain't nobody going to do that. So I'm going to talk you through lead magnets first. Then we're going to have a little chat about email sequences, and then we're going to have a little chat about what sort of Facebook ad campaigns you should be utilizing. So let's crack on with the show. So you might think if you're a startup business or you never tried to generate leads before, obviously to have a business that is successful, you need leads to sell to. Okay, so you need to set up in place something called a lead magnet. So, Claire, what is a lead magnet? I can't say that word, I've drank too much coffee. A lead magnet. So, a lead magnet is purely an incentive that marketers, so you as a business owner are a marketer because you need to market your business. So, this is something that a marketer would offer to potential buyers, leads, prospects, however you want to name them. That would be in exchange for their email addresses or some form of contact information. Okay, so it depends how your business works, how you generate leads. You might just want to run people into an email sequence. You might want to run them into SMS marketing, for instance, or you might want to run them into a messenger bot, which we'll talk about in a short while. Okay, so it just depends how you work your business on what you want to do with the data to how you capture the information. Okay, so email addresses, mobile phone numbers, and so on. Oh, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? So if you want to generate leads online, then your business obviously needs some form of lead magnet. So why is this, Claire? Well, people aren't just going to give you their email address, like I said. They need a good incentive. Even if they know you and trust you, they still probably want you to give them something before they give away the phone numbers, email addresses, and so on. So as a marketer, it's your job to give them a compelling reason on why they need to give you their contact details. Okay, so let's say you've got a sign up box on your website which asks me to subscribe to your newsletter on business strategy. Okay, so I've encountered your website and it says, hello, please enter your details here to get my newsletter on business strategy. Well, I would be then saying, well, what sort of business strategy? What sort of businesses do you work with? What do you do for this business strategy? What is it? How many times are you going to send us an email? I mean, what is this newsletter all about? So for me, just saying to me, subscribe to my newsletter, that is not compelling to me. I would probably just walk on by, okay? It's the same, think of it as a shop front to your business. So say I was looking in a shop window and it was just full of rubbish, rather than say a Phoenix window display is very nice, yeah. So I would stop and have a look at that. If you've got a tatty signage in front of your business and there's rubbish in your window display, they'd be like, ooh, don't like the look of that, and walk on by. Okay, just think of it like that. So instead of saying join my newsletter on business strategy, you might want to say, join my email list and get a free downloadable PDF case study detailing a real life example of one business who used my strategies to improve their business. Okay, now I'm quite interested now. So this other company's worked with these guys and his business has improved, or he's increased his turnover by 5 to 10k a month or whatever. That is a lot more interesting, if that makes sense. Yes, I hope you're all nodding there. So obviously, which offer would have got the most email sign-ups? Option 2. Okay, much more appealing. So I have a client who has been with me now for, how long has Corona been going on? Because she was with me well before Corona started. So I think she's been with me since maybe the back end of last year. So this lady has 2 businesses. She owns a gym franchise in New Zealand, but she is also an email marketing expert, and she sells affiliate products through her email list. Okay, so she sells fitness programs, diet plans, recipe books, this sort of thing. Okay, and she's quite successful and quite well known in New Zealand as being the expert in affiliate sales. So she teaches people how to do affiliate sales as well. Okay, so she sells affiliate products to her email list in the health and wellness niche. So she came to me last year, I'm sure it was back end of last year, as she had been working with an agency in New Zealand who had actually got her Facebook ads account banned. I cannot believe how many people this happens to. Okay, if you work in health and wellness, you will probably understand what I'm talking about, because Facebook are very picky about terminology, the way you say things about health and fitness, about making outlandish claims about health and fitness. Same if you work in sort of wealth management, or even if you're a business coach who would teach someone to grow a business by up to like 10, 20k a month. Facebook is very particular about your ad copy and your landing page designs. Okay, so she came to me. She was using a lead magnet which used the words something about wealth. So it was something ridiculous like health is wealth, for instance. So she wasn't claiming that she could make you wealthy. She just had a statement on her landing page which said health is wealth. Okay, so she wasn't getting very many leads. Facebook had blocked her account. She couldn't run any Facebook ad campaigns. So I set her a new ad account up, and I recommended that she stopped using this landing page she was using, and also stopped using the lead magnet she was using with the words health is wealth, because she wasn't getting a lot of leads previous to blocking by Facebook anyway. So what I suggested, I had a look through all the lead magnets. So she's got hundreds of them. So I had a look through and I said, oh, this thing here, this MP3 download, which is a guided meditation. I said, this will work for you because of what you sell. So I switched her lead magnet over to this MP3 download. So we just built a landing page on a Weber. She uses a Weber. Built a landing page asking people to subscribe to get a free MP3 guided meditation. Okay, did a fancy image which said free MP3 download with a sort of a yoga-y looking picture in the background. Okay, so let's have a look at the results. So down at the bottom of the screen, hopefully you can see that. So she has about 4 or 5 different ad campaigns running to different target audiences. So something that you need to get your head around when you're doing Facebook ads is don't blanket target hundreds of thousands of people. So for instance, say you had a personal training studio in the centre of Newcastle, for instance. So you put a Facebook ad out, which as default, if you've not noticed, by default, Facebook sets your targeting geographic area at plus 40 kilometres. So if you just didn't realise that and just continued with your ad campaign, you would be wasting a shed ton of your ad spend on people who are never going to come to your personal trainer studio in the centre of Newcastle. Okay, so I'll just use that as an example. So you can then drag the scale down to 17 kilometres. Still, if you've got a physical sort of location, that is a vast distance for people to travel. Okay, so just be careful with your targeting, okay, and don't make it too vast. There are ways you can narrow your target area down by postcodes, street addresses, and so on. So if you need help with targeting or how to do that, I do kind of a 1 hour sort of power hour on Facebook ads. If you're interested, or if you get stuck with anything, I do like one-off 1 hour trainings for troubleshooting purposes. Okay, so just think of that when you're doing your targeting. So this lady in New Zealand, she has a worldwide audience base. Okay, so if I ran these Facebook ads to target worldwide, the targeting and the audience reach would be far too vast. So say she was spending, I don't know, I can't remember how much she spends about 60 New Zealand dollars per day spread across her ad campaigns. So if I put that $60 on one ad campaign to worldwide, it would take forever to reach worldwide. You will get loads of strange foreign countries who have got like forms, just liking our posts. So again, that's wasted ad spend. So just be careful with your targeting and your targeting areas. Also have a look, so going back to the physical locations, have a look at sort of the geography of the area around you. So another example is I used to work for a gym chain in the northeast, and one of their locations is in Jarrow. So if I'd put Jarrow plus 5-6 kilometres, for instance, that would then be going over to the other side of the river to Walker, Biker, Heaton. People who are in Heaton, Walker, Biker, they are not going to come across the river to a gym in Jarrow. It's just too far for people to travel. There is no bridge from Jarrow to Biker, as we all know if you live in the northeast. And people would have to kind of drive up to Newcastle and back down through Gateshead, down through Jarrow or through the Tyne Tunnel, and people just won't do that. Okay, so just be careful with your geographic location in case you've got like motorways in your way, rivers, fallen bridges so people can't get across. Okay, so just be careful about that. Like again, like I said, I do a 1 hour troubleshooting session if you need help with targeting and so on. So let's go back to this ad campaign. So Caroline in New Zealand with her email marketing company. So we've split her ad campaigns into countries. Okay, so New Zealand, UK, USA, and Australia. So that's where she gets the main bulk of her business from, and they are the people who spend the most money converting into sales through her sales funnel, okay, or email sequence, whatever you want to call it. So we've split that off into 4. You may say, why is that, Claire? Because I would like to see who is converting better than other countries. Okay, so for instance, New Zealand, smaller country, she gets a higher cost per conversion and less conversions from New Zealand, even though she is based in New Zealand. She gets the majority of her sign-ups from UK and USA, okay, and at a lower cost. As you can see, I've stuck an arrow over to the cost per registration. So this is people going to her form on her website, entering the details to get this free MP3 download. Okay, so 94 cents. It's about 40 pence-ish. Not sure of the conversion rate today. That is for the UK, USA, 91 cents. Okay, and as you can see, these are the numbers of people who have entered her email sequences. Okay, so UK is getting the most at slightly higher cost. Okay, and as you can see, New Zealand lower at a higher cost per conversion. So I would definitely test when you're running your ad campaigns, test your target audience. Yeah, so don't sort of make a vast audience base. Recommendations are over 1,000, under 1 million. Okay, the more niche you are, the more chance of people converting, okay? And also it depends what you are selling. So say you are this gym that I worked for in Jarrow, they are a low budget gym. It costs £21 a month, I think, to become a member. So I don't really need to narrow the target and interests down. I just need to narrow down so it's in the correct postcode areas. Okay, so I was targeting any 10, any 31, any 32, any 33, and any 34, which is basically South Shields, Jarrow, Harton, Bilkey, Pelo, which is kind of within 20 minutes drive of the gym premises. So just think about that when you're doing your targeting. So obviously, dependent what you're selling, you may need to sort of branch out into interests or job titles or industries people work in, depending who you're trying to target. But that is a presentation all on its own, is targeting. So these are the results she was getting from this lead magnet. I still can't say that word, lead magnet, that I set up for her. Oh, God, that was a mouthful. So what sort of lead magnets will work? Isn't the lighting awful in this kitchen? So the 5 things that your lead magnet needs to do to be irresistible, okay? It needs to solve a real problem, okay? If your lead magnet doesn't solve your prospects' problems that your target market has, they're not going to be interested. So you need to sit down and think, what are my frequently asked questions? What do people ask me about? A lot of people come, for me, I would say the most questions I get on, the subjects I get questions on the most is, Claire, how do I install a tracking pixel? Claire, how do you make custom event conversion tracking pixels? Where do I put them on my website? How do I make custom conversions? How do I target people correctly? Okay, so they are questions I get asked a lot. I get asked a lot about retargeting tactics, yeah? So these are all little lead magnets I could put together. So here's my free guide to the Facebook ads pixel. Here's my free guide to setting up custom audiences for retargeting purposes. Here's my free guide on how to target your audience correctly. Okay, so there I've identified 3 different lead magnets I could set up. Okay, so that would be solving a problem for you, because they're probably the questions you would want to ask me. How do I set my pixel up? Where does it go? Okay, so you need to give people one quick win. So we'll use my free lead magnet I've just thought on the top of my head about pixels. Okay, so I need to promise a quick win from that pixel. So my free guide is going to show you how to install the base tracking pixel on your website, regardless of what website platform you're on, whether it be Shopify, WordPress, Wix, Squarespace. Okay, so that's a quick win for you. I don't know how to install a pixel on my website. Claire's got a free guide that's going to show me how to do that. That's going to get that piece of my business off the to-do list. Okay, don't have to think about how to do it. Claire's going to show me. Okay, needs to be easy to digest. Okay, so I could put in this free guide to tracking pixels, the instructions from start to finish on installing your pixel on your website. Okay, so it needs to be easy to digest. PDF checklists convert really well, so I could create a checklist of the steps to creating your tracking pixels. Okay, ebooks or lengthy reports may make your prospects feel overwhelmed. Okay, so I tend to not send out ebooks or reports until a little further down the chain. So maybe somebody who is already on your autoresponder or your email sequences would be more interested in something in that depth. I personally would use them as a tripwire product. Oh, what's a tripwire product, Claire? So all that would be is, say I came onto my website, if I was you, or I want to get Claire's free guide to the tracking pixel. So you enter your details, hit the sign up button. That'll take you to another page which may say, oh, thanks for signing up for my free guide to tracking pixel. You may be interested in buying my ebook on how to set up retargeting campaigns for $15, for instance. Okay, so that's just a tripwire product. So that's something a bit more lengthy, a bit more in-depth, probably a little bit more technical. Okay, so make sure it's of high value. So what is high value? That is something that is perceived by your prospect to be high value. So say I was on a website of a business coach, for instance, and I wanted to know how to grow my business to maybe 20k a month. That is probably of high value to me because I can't do that by myself. I need some help. Yeah. So that is of high perceived value to me. If somebody says, I'm going to show you how to increase your revenue to 20k per month. Yeah, for instance. Okay. You should demonstrate your expertise. So pixel guide shows that I know how to set up tracking pixels and I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So when someone consumes your lead magnet, lead magnet, it should demonstrate your expertise or your unique value proposition. This in help will turn your leads into customers a little further down the road. So what shall I use for a lead magnet, Claire? What are good ideas for lead magnets? So you might think, oh, I've got a lead magnet, Claire. It does this, but it might not actually be what your client wants, okay? It might not be of value to them, it might not be a problem they've got, okay? So there's loads of different variations of lead magnets, okay? So free checklists, people love a checklist. So maybe something like, here's my top 10 ways to increase revenue in your business. Yeah, if I was a business coach. So it's like, right, 1, I've done that today. Right, 2, I've done that today. Cheat sheets. So I know there's a lot of other Facebook ads consultants who I quite often see their Facebook ad campaigns. Quite a lot of them give away swipe files of the highest converting ad campaigns, for instance. So just a cheats guide to this ad campaign converted into £1 million in revenue. Use my copy and the images or the creative that I used. Yeah. So again, free template or swipe files, they always work. If you run a social media agency, for instance, that deals with social media management, you might want to give away a social media planner, yeah, a monthly guide or a yearly guide or sort of a cheats guide to what to post on your Facebook page, for instance, yeah. So I work with a lot of people who do product launches. So I actually bought this one, though it wasn't free, but I actually bought a social media planner for product launches, which tells you when to start posting that your cart sales are open and when your cart's closed, what sort of content to post. Yeah, so it's literally a year's template of ideas for social media posts to deal with actual product launches. So things like coaching programs, mastermind programs, which I actually paid for that one, okay? But you could do sort of a teaser to your paid one, okay? Worksheets, everyone loves a worksheet, okay? Calculators, so I've got a freebie, which is an actual Excel spreadsheet which works out how much to spend on your ad campaign. So say you came to me and said, Claire, I'd like to run a Facebook ad campaign and I'd like to sell some products, right? What is your goal for your sales? How many sales do you want? What is the value of your product? How many are you expecting to sell? What is your current conversion rate through your sales funnel? How many people do you get on your website on a daily basis? Yeah. So this calculator literally number crunches everything for you, and you just put in, right, I would like 100 sales at £150 each. I anticipate the conversion rate will be 10%. My current conversion rate from the email list to a sale is 20%, and the calculator will then work out an average budget of how much you need to spend to achieve those sales. Okay, so for you to try and work that out yourself, it's just like brain frying. So the calculator just does it for you. Okay, so things like that are quite good lead magnets. Social media prompts, so again, like that planner I bought, that was like a year's guide to social media prompts for product launches. So if you have a social media management company, for instance, or a social media agency, that would be a good freebie to give away. If you run a nutrition company, a fitness program, recipes always go down really well, especially if you're doing sort of online personal training these days. Obviously, gym numbers are restricted. People are a little bit nervous about going back into gyms, yeah. So there's a lot of personal trainers still staying with their online programs. So recipes are a good way to get people into your funnel. So free trainings. So I have a couple of freebies, which is just free training guides. So I've got one free training custom audiences, how to set up Facebook custom audiences for retargeting purposes. So show your expertise maybe over a 7-day free training, yeah, and just send one out every day, video out every day. Tutorials. So obviously for the nature of my business, it's quite technical. So people like tutorials, like how to set up the Facebook pixel on a video, for instance. Video trainings, again, I could do some sort of a webinar, for instance. How-to guides, again, how to set up your tracking pixel. Infographics, people love a good infographic for some reason. Free webinars, audio downloads like that lady. So these are all kind of educational. So if you have a business which is a service, say business coaching, a marketing agency, a lot of the stuff you are going to give away is going to be educational content, yeah? So everything I give away for free to tempt you over the doors into my business is all of an educational manner, okay? Because people want to learn from my brain. So community building lead magnets. Now, these are going down a storm at the minute. So if you've got some sort of service that you could do a 5-day free challenge, these work a treat, okay? So I've done a few where I've done a free lead generation training over 5 days. So 5 hours of training on lead generation. So a little bit like we're doing now. This is day 1 that I'm talking to you about today. So then it goes on to day 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I upsell them to an onward training program. Okay, so I have a 6-week mini mastermind program after that, which I upsell them to at the end of the 5-day free challenge. So they work a treat. If you've got a fitness company, 5-day fat blast program, 5-day post-corona diet, 5-day post-corona fat blast, whatever you want to call it, yeah. And I would probably join that because I've actually put a stone on during lockdown, just of sitting at the kitchen bench, tapping away on the computer and not actually moving. Okay, Facebook groups, they will be classed as a community building lead magnets. So depending on how engaging your Facebook group is, if it's a new group, I probably wouldn't run any ads to get people into a Facebook group unless it's a really highly engaging one, which has got a lot of content going on. Okay, you could offer a free trial to a membership site or training course. So back in, I can't remember what year, 2017, I built something called Facebook Ads School. So I used to offer a free trial of the course, which was you got the first 3 lessons for free, then you upsold to the full training program, which was something like 16 hours of training on Facebook ads. Okay, so that was classed as a lead magnet. So bottom of the funnel lead magnet. So what is bottom of the funnel, Claire? So think of the prospects in a funnel shape. You think I would have a funnel in my kitchen, but I haven't. So top of the funnel is where you get a lot of prospects in, yeah? So your free lead magnet, free trainings, free videos, yeah? Then you will push them into your autoresponder, okay? Then you push them a little bit further down, a little bit further down. So bottom of the funnel is just somebody who's on the verge of buying. They are ready to give you some money. Okay, so free trials, discount codes. So obviously, because I work with some e-commerce companies, I work with a startup company who sells bikinis. So she gives away a 15% off your first order voucher. Yeah, and that gets people to buy off her. Case studies, testimonials. So somebody's almost ready to step over the line to pay for whatever it is you sell. Testimonials could work really well for you. Free quotations. So if you are a builder, a carpet fitter, a plumber, yeah, you could have a box on your website which says get a free quotation. Yeah, free consultations. This is another lead magnet of mine where you can book a 20-minute free consultation with me to discuss Facebook ad campaigns and whether you're ready to outsource them. Okay, so that is another lead magnet. And obviously, if somebody wants to book on your diary for a free consultation, they're obviously in the sort of mindset of, I really need some help and I would like to outsource my Facebook ads to Claire. So I would like to have a call with you to have a little chat about it. Okay, so they're all bottom of the funnel, hot prospects who are ready to buy. So you've done this lead magnet, you've set it up. Now what, Claire? What do I do with this lead magnet? Obviously, you're going to have to set up a sign-up page on your website and attach it to something called an autoresponder. So if you don't know what an autoresponder is, you can call it email marketing, sales funnels, autoresponders, email sequencers, call it what you will. All it is when somebody enters their details on that form, this triggers a sequence of emails from your email marketing software. So you could use MailChimp, ConvertKit, ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft. Obviously, dependent on your business and how your business runs, to how advanced you want to make this sales funnel in the back end of your business. I personally like ActiveCampaign the most. I've tried MailChimp in the past, but it just doesn't work for my business anymore. So I stopped using MailChimp probably about 3 years ago. When you first start out, you probably would go with MailChimp because it's mostly free, I think, or it used to be. Personally, I don't find it very user-friendly. Where ActiveCampaign, it's kind of like a piece of graph paper when you go to set up your sales funnel, and it just says what triggers off this sequence. So it's like somebody fills in the form, then what happens now? Right, well, I want to send a welcome email on day one, then I want to leave a day's gap, then I want to send it the next day, then a gap, but then I want to know if somebody's clicked on a link in this email to look at my website or a sign-up page. Right, well, I want to move them to a new sequence because they're a bit more interested and a bit of a warmer prospect. So I find that easier to set up on ActiveCampaign. Okay, if you're interested in how to write email sequences and the kind of content you need to put in and how to set them up, I do have a PowerPoint presentation on that. So if anybody wants it, I'll leave my contact details at the end. Okay, so that's a full presentation in itself, as are most things. So your next bit in the sort of jigsaw puzzle, so you've wrote a lead magnet, you've wrote a autoresponder sequence, you've built a landing page on your website to connect all the dots, everything's working tickety-boo. You now need people to sign up to your free lead magnet to get into your email sequence to become prospects. Okay, so you've got two options with Facebook ads. These are the two that I recommend using for lead generation. Okay, so two different types: messenger ads, conversion ads. Okay, so what's a messenger ad, Claire? So messenger ads, they run into a messenger bot, okay, where you can have a conversation with your prospect. So these are great if you've got a service where you probably need to answer a lot of questions. So for instance, I've been setting up a new client over the last couple of days. He runs a meal prep company. So he has meal prep boxes that you place an order. He has a menu that changes every week. You place an order for however many boxes you want, and he hand delivers them to your front door. Okay, so because of the nature of his product, people are naturally going to ask these questions. How much does it cost? Can I see this week's menu, please? What day do you deliver to any 10 postcode? Do you do any vegan options? Could I change that rice in that box for some spinach, for instance? Or they might be on some sort of bulking program at the gym, or they might have specific macro counts that they want to stick to. So people are going to ask these questions. Yeah, so I've set up a messenger sequence attached to his lead generation ad campaign, which just literally says words along the line of a little bit about the meal prep, what it is, how much it costs, etc. So that then says, to learn more, hit the learn more button below. So then when they hit that learn more button, that fires off an automated message from the meal prep company, which says, hello, thanks for getting in touch today. How can we help you? Would you like to see the prices? Would you like to see this week's menu? Would you like to talk to a human? So yeah, so he's got those 3 buttons set up. Now you can set them up in Facebook on your own. Okay, so Facebook has an option called messages when you set your ad campaign up. Okay, so it's got a very, very basic bot tool inside of it. Okay, so you've got 2 options. There is one called messages, one called leads. Okay, the one with leads has a little bit more technicality to it, so you can do a few more things with it. The one called messages, you can just put a few different options in. Yeah, so see menu, ask for prices, talk to a human, for instance, which is what we've got set up for the meal prep guys. If you want something a bit more advanced, you would have to go to something like ManyChat or a ManyChat developer, get it coded up. Yeah, so then in Facebook they have the option just to slot the code in of your bot. If you've gone through ManyChat or through a bot developer, you just slot the code in, and Bob's your uncle. When the people hit that button, it just fires off your sequence. Yeah, so these are great if you want to have a bit of human interaction. So I'll go back to that gym that I used to work with. They used to offer 1-day passes and free trials. Okay, so we used to have messenger ads with videos on, which were just video snippets of the classes, people in the gym, for instance, and it would be like hit the button below to get a free trial or a free pass to the ballroom lesson, which they were quite well known for. So then that would just fire off a message from the gym saying, thanks for getting in touch. Did you want to book a free class pass? Yes, please, was the button. Yes, please. They click that yes, please. That notifies the gym that they've got a lead in their inbox and they need to jump on it and talk to this person. Okay, I find if you go fully automated with ManyChat, people kind of switch off from the conversation a little bit. So say you said, hello, it's a robot here. How can I help you? Would you like to book a free trial? So then you hit yes, please. So then the messenger bot will fire off something else like, please go to this link to register. But you can't then answer any questions as a human, if that makes sense. It's just going to keep firing the messenger bot off. So I find if you slot in the human interaction into your bot, you get a lot more sales from it. Okay, so going back to that gym, they were using an agency down south somewhere who didn't specialize in fitness at all, but they were just running ads to the website, straight to a landing page on the website, and they were probably getting about 3 new members a month. Once we put the messenger workflow in, they started getting 100 new members every month. Yeah, so it was just people saying, can I book a free trial, please? Oh, it's all right, Doris, the next door neighbour, comes along. Have you got any other classes on which are similar? Yeah, so the human interaction works really well for sales. Okay, so just think about that when you're doing sort of lead generation campaigns, depending on what it is you're giving away. Yeah, so obviously the guys with the meal prep company, their prospects want to ask questions. They don't actually want anything for free. They just want some information on meal prep. Okay, where if the gym, it was a free trial or a free day pass. So the people probably for fitness stuff, it's a bit more personal. So people want to ask questions. Yeah. So depending on the nature of your business, you might want to use the messenger ones so you can actually have a conversation with your prospects rather than just send them off to your website and not actually knowing if they've actually took any action. Well, obviously you can from your tracking pixels, but once they get there, they might not actually take any action. So you're going to have to retarget them to come back again at a later date. Okay, so messenger ads, a bit more human, a bit more personal, a bit more interaction. Okay, so going on to conversion ads. So conversions, all that is you're sending the traffic to the landing page for your lead magnet to get them to sign up. Okay, you'll have a tracking pixel in there which tracks conversions. Okay, so that would run straight to sign up page on your website. That'll fire off your autoresponder. Okay, so top tip with that one is make sure you've got the right tracking code on your sign up page. Yeah, so you install the base pixel on your website, then you need to tell Facebook what you want to track conversions of. So you can actually go into the events manager on the tracking pixel section on Facebook Ads Manager, and you can actually track button clicks. Okay, so say enter your details here to get a free trial at the gym, for instance. So name, email address, a button which says sign up. So you can actually track clicks of that button from your pixel. Okay, so just make sure if you're going to your sign up pages or landing pages that you've got the right tracking code set up. Okay, so you're tracking the right things. Oh God, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? Oh. So yeah, just a recap. So we talked about lead magnets, how to set them up, what types you could use, autoresponder sequences. Again, I've got a full PowerPoint presentation on writing autoresponder sequences if anybody wants it. It's free to a good home. And what types of ad campaigns you can utilize. And like I said earlier, if anyone runs into any issues or they just want a little bit of training but don't really want to outsource the full-blown sort of full Facebook ads management to an agency, I do, like I said before, 1 hour troubleshooting sessions or 1 hour training sessions where I can just put a strategy together for you and say, like, this is what you need to do, this is how you do it. There you go, off you go and do it on your own. Yeah, or you might have some issues where you're like, oh Claire, I don't know how to do this tracking pixel properly or anything, or I don't know how to set this up on the website, or don't know how to track that button for clicks. Like I said, I do an hour's like troubleshooting call. So if anyone wants one, I am going to put my contact details on the next screen. So here we go. So hope you found it useful. Hope you've got your head around lead generation and the type of systems you need in the back end before you go out shouting to the world that you would like them to become prospects in your business. The types of ad campaigns you should be using. So if you want to stay in the loop, you can find me at facebook.com/the social media concierge. I do post a lot of tips, live streams, when there's not loads of noise outside working from home. I was telling Paul about this the other day when I saw him. I live in Wardley, near Gateshead. Amazon are building a new factory at Fellsby Park, which is just around the corner from my house. And there's been this horrific banging for weeks outside of drills, hammers. I literally, every time I go to do a screen recording, bang, 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 bang. The joys of working from home. So I do live streams, free trainings. If I'm going to be doing a 5-day free challenge, I post in there. I keep people updated of any changes to Facebook, anything that's new, tips on Facebook ads. Okay, so facebook.com/the social media concierge. You can also find my free Facebook group on Facebook, which is called Facebook Ads School. Okay. Twitter, you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/SMM concierge. LinkedIn, there we go. And the longest email address in the world at the bottom. So if you want to get that guide to email sequences, just drop us an email or message me on Facebook and I'll shoot you a copy over. So I hope you found it useful. I'm going to stop talking now because my mouth's going dry. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, and thanks again to Paul for inviting me along. Hopefully see you all soon in the real life. Bye.